guns, we're heading out, hear the battle drums. Carrier drops in these war-torn grounds, the sky is filled with a deafening sound. Loadouts checked, our nerves are tight, it's chaos out there, but we're ready to fight. Outnumbered, outgunned, our ships torn asunder, canopy smashed, but we won't go under. They're too many and we're too few, is this fight too much for us to break through? In the fray, canopy's gone as the swarm comes to play. Heal the world, systems start to fail. They're closing in fast, their strength prevails. Too many to count, and far too strong. This might be the end, we may not have long. Outnumbered, outgunned, our ships torn asunder. Canopy smashed, but we won't go under. There are too many and we're too few. Is this fight too much for us to break through? With a fire, a light breaks through. We look to each other, we know what to do. Training kicks in, we form our ranks. Together we stand, there's no turning back. Outnumbered, outgunned, our ships torn asunder. Canopy smashed, but we won't go under. There are too many and we're too few. Is this fight too much for us to break through?
Oh, 7 commanders, and welcome to tonight's chill stream, where we will be chatting about some pretty chill stuff, like doing some housekeeping, moving carriers around, refueling carriers, dealing with ships, taking some screenshots, taking some footage, some high dynamic range footage for an upcoming video, and just generally chatting away. And maybe, just maybe, I might show you a little special project of mine if I feel in the mood of it. We'll see. Depending on how you behave, I might consider. Let's see. So we, I think, are all set live. Like, chat is scrolling. Screens are up. Double check the HDR mode for this thing here. That's all set. Alright, so we're pretty good shape. So we are down and back in the Pleiades. And while we're at it, we will start by moving a squadron carrier back to our headquarters, which probably will take 2 jumps, considering it's still at the Radicoida trees last time I checked, which indeed it is. Like, we'll do a pit stop in Hooning on the way down to the Pleiades, as we are too far away for a single jump. We'll also get a chance to, I guess, visit our squadron carrier, at least the squadron carrier of Exino Strike Force, the Event Horizon. Pride of Exino Strike Force fleet. In the meanwhile, we are out here, and we'll go and visit some of the stations that we've built in this system, or that a number of commanders have built, including maybe some of you. As the video that I'm currently working on actually talks about precisely this, the effort of building up the Pleaides and establishing human control over the Pleaides, which for all intents and purposes have been conquered by humankind, as Farwood forces have retreated to a small handful of systems at this point in time. Well, actually, this might be a good place to take a screenshot of the Pleiades nebula. Like, actually, we're like almost kind of eclipse of the planet up there. It's actually really cool. Even better if I kind of roll around so that it kind of is. You know, unfortunately, it goes too dark if I do that. Well, maybe something like this. This is not too bad. If I can tighten the perspective a bit, this is actually quite nice. And the Panther Clipper is fitting for this purpose, since the conquering of the Pleaides really has happened through hauling, more so than... Alt F10 is not working, I wonder why. Anyway, we save the screenshot with Alt F1. Oh, okay. So there's cameras back on Twitch. That's annoying. I thought we had gotten to a point where scammers were filtered out by Twitch, but apparently not. Alright, back to us. So we are in the zoo and we're heading to one of the probably the only remaining station that we still have to name. We need to give it a sort of more meaningful name than Broye Depot, which is the current name. Thank you, Loaded, and welcome to the stream, Moodsie. Welcome everybody, actually. There's someone there. Oh, it's a Python Mark 1. I have to say, getting in the Panther Clipper after flying the Kestrel for like a few weeks, it's like quite the traumatic experience. As they're very different ships. They fly very, very differently. But we might get back in the Kestrel again. I have a little surprise I might or might not show you. We'll see later in the stream. I've been working on a new overlay. This is a surprise. But what does the overlay do? Now that could be an interesting question. And there's some cool stuff, I think. So I'm going to Broye Depot, which again is the one station we still need to give a meaningful name to buy some tritium to fuel up my carrier, since I'm basically out of tritium after jumping around halfway across the galaxy back and forth for like a gazillion times. So we are visiting the only refinery system that the only refinery station that is present in the zoo, as the system otherwise is high-tech military stronghold in the region. Hey, Salty Devil Dog, welcome to the stream. 07. Looking at some of the technical metrics of the stream, everything looks clean so far. So far, so good. I'm multi-streaming to Twitch and YouTube. So you have a preference with regards to like whatever platform you want to use. I'm actually check if my frame rate is set. 60 Hz is fine since we're not streaming at more than 60 anyway. And we have arrived at Broye Depot, which is the only tier 2 station in the system actually. Every other station is either tier 1 or tier 3. Except for this one, which is the last station we built. We built through contract, through the system SCCN, System Colonization Contract Network, something like that. I'm not sure I doing justice to their proper name, but hopefully that works. I was checking, like, do we have background music? It looks like it. Yep. And ducking associated with a real microphone, so everything looks good. Man, this is one of those rare situations where everything on my stream seems to be set appropriately from the beginning. And we have arrived. Let's pick up some tritium. Or tritium. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Like, different people pronounce it differently. Tritium. I find that a Panther haul of tritium lasts me quite a bit. It's like 2 full tanks, 2 full carrier tanks, and a little bit. Unless you're going really far away, like on an expeditionary force of some kind, then, you know, it lasts quite a while. I actually have some ghost tritium that I cannot move from my carrier that I actually had to open a support ticket to get rid of. There was like a bug at some point regarding carrier cargo, and ever since that bug, which eventually was fixed, but I was left with that phantom cargo. Oh wow, I'm not in a Kestrel anymore. We're not in a Kestrel anymore, guys. We'll be in a Kestrel relatively soon. After we take some footage, after we drop off some cargo. Very far from a Kestrel personal observer. Very far. I mean, both can kill a Hydra, so there's that. It handles almost the same, yes. Especially on boost. Actually, I wonder, like, whether I might actually show you now what the overlay I'm working on, since it actually kind of relates to the handling question. As you know, I've actually clocked the maximum G acceleration, the maximum G's acceleration of the Kestrel at no less than 220 G's on the boost, which is an absolutely mind-boggling number. But the question is, like, what's the maximum G acceleration of the Panther Mark II? Now, that's a good question, isn't it? So, to answer that question, and also to have some general fun, do I have the NPC who wants to shoot me? No, this is like just system security, so I guess that's fine. Let's see if we can get the overlay to work, but more importantly, let's see if we can get the overlay captured on stream, which may not necessarily be automatic. So, let's try it. Let's see it. Alright, we got the overlay. Oh, the overlay is not working because this is like, I need to switch it to borderless from full screen. Otherwise the overlay is not gonna work. Alright, so I got the overlay on my screen, but the overlay is not working on stream, probably because of an OBS capture matter. Let's see if we can sort it out in a moment. I know there's a way to capture this is like gonna be somewhat heavy, but it might work. Let's see if I can tweak the capture thing. Oh, transparency, capture for party overlays. Is it capturing third-party overlays? No, it's not. Still not capturing it. Oh, great. Window match. This is not doing the trick, so I might have to do another capture window. Window capture. Overlay. Let's see if it shows up here. No, it doesn't. Why does it not show up? Because it's actually not a window, it's a specific overlay. That's why it's not working. Who did you ban, Alex? More bots? Or did you ban personal observer because he couldn't kill a Hydra? With a Panther Mark II. We'd be banning a lot of people if we were banning people because they couldn't kill a Hydra with a Panther Mark II. I'm kind of annoyed at the fact that I can't get... Where did it go? This is not it. Capture for party overlays. Okay. I might have to kind of Google this, like how do I capture an overlay in OBS, because I haven't done it before. OBS, how to capture overlay. Caption overlay, add them as sources, image like media survey, browser, capture first. Probably the specific like, and yeah, not neither of these. This is like a custom overlay I made. Hey Dragunov, welcome to the stream. trying to figure out how to do it. Image media source. Nope, not that. No, source. No game capture. Injects into the game. Right click your game capture screen. Select capture third party overlays is checked. Well, it is checked, but unfortunately it's not capturing the overlay. Yeah. As a result, I can't show you, unfortunately, even though I have. I have an overlay I made myself, but it is not being captured, unfortunately. Well, anyway, I can do it manually, I can tell you. Unfortunately, I can't show you, but that's fine. Alright, let's boost. This is the boost of the Panther. Now, granted, this is a transport ship. It is not quite combat ship, but it's actually quite remarkable, I want to say. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, but it's not that bad. The maximum tricord acceleration of the Panther Mark II on boost is 59 Gs. 59 G is the answer. So it's really good. I wouldn't have said so. And that, I don't know if I have Class 8 thrusters. Oh, I do. Okay, well, at least there's that, because like without Class 8 30 drags, I would have been really, really surprised at like how good the acceleration of the ship was. Which ship has the lowest maximum acceleration? Oh, that's a very good question. The Type 9 is probably a good candidate. Guess, Whopper Stunner. I agree. That is a very likely guess, and that would have been my guess as well. But it's so disappointing that I can't show you the overlay that I'm looking at, because like, it's actually a pretty cool thing I've been spending some time working on. But I guess I'll have to figure out. Is this the primary game that I'm playing? Yes, this is Elite Dangerous, which is indeed the game I play the most. I just quit the overlay. And we're bringing fuel to our carrier, to our fleet carrier. All right. Let's dump fuel. Actually, might as well refuel while we're at it.
Contact confirmed. Commence shutdown. What can we do for you, Commander?
Just being kind of moving around locally, so. All right, we dropped our fuel off, and now we can either change ship or travel around a little bit more in the Panther. Or maybe we do travel around a little bit more in the Panther. Although if we're going to be flying around on a planetary basis, maybe we do so in the Caspian Explorer. I think this is mostly an exploration build that I have here. Obviously it has Guardian Gauss cannons because it's got to be able to kill a Hydra. So I want to take a sort of screenshot of Guardian Gauss cannons. Because there's something around the beginning of the video that I'm going to make. Is the Caspian worth the money? Tasty Remedy CC. My short answer to that question would be no. The Caspian is good at one thing, and that one thing that it's good at is traveling. It's good at long distance neutron superhighway jumping. That's about it. So if you really want to go to Colonia very, very quickly, you could use a Caspian and it would make sense. But other than that, honestly, I think the Mandalay is a much better exploration ship than the Caspian. Like, the concept of a large exploration ship, I don't know, maybe that's your thing, but I think it's actually not most people think. Not most people think. See, it has a Mark II supercharged optimized frameshift drive, which
Speed restrictions have been lifted.
which has a bonus as to neutron star and white dwarf scooping. So there's that. And it has optimized thrusters for planetary handling, but I don't think that matters very much. Anyway, we're gonna take it. We're gonna take it to a ground location now. We're going to Heroes of Mankind. So we're going there. So you're gonna see it in action. Sort of. It also has the sort of optimized glide profile, but that one really doesn't matter that much. Yeah, Star Trek. I mean, sure, if you like the looks of it, because it looks a little bit like the saucer of a Starfleet spaceship, and you know, there's that. And what we're starting to know, I don't think that there is an in-lore explanation as to how we can survive those crazy sustained G-forces. So you're gonna have to make your own headcanon version of how we can survive not being squished by 220 G of acceleration. It looks like Heroes of Mankind is gonna be in the dark, which might not be a bad thing, because it's like nice to see, like, especially if we can get like the sun on the horizon. That'll be actually pretty cool. Not quite our sun, but a sun. So this is the not, I call it the glide skip, the glide angle, like that you'll see the Caspian is able to glide at a narrower angle than just about anything else. Like, I think it might be sort of still pretty dark coming out here, but that's okay. I'm not even using it right now because, like, there you go. I'm going to, like, you can go all the way down to 70 degrees. Not that I'm doing it right now, but I guess I am. Sometimes it's even too steep. You end up kind of crashing straight into something like I'm about to do right now. Whee! Dodging the... Unfortunately, we don't have the sun on the horizon. That's a pity. But maybe we can do a pass in the dark, which might not be that bad. Anyway. So this thing is supposed to have gravity optimized thrusters that kind of make handling gravity that much better. But the reality is it doesn't handle that well in gravity. So there's that. I'll still take a Kestrel, like a small ship, over this thing here. Unfortunately, like, this thing is on the edge of a mega crater, which is the beautiful part of this station. But in darkness, you can't really see it, especially in high dynamic range darkness, which is what I'm playing right now. The black is really black. Usually takes a day or two to come back in. Yeah, the Caspian should be available for credits soon, but I don't know that there's a lot of people who are kind of itching at getting one. I'm like, oh my god, are we on a Caspian? Yeah, not so much. I think the Kestrel is a lot more fun. Right. Oh wow, look at how freaking dark everything is. Yeah, this is not gonna be good gameplay footage. Like, I wanted to get the footage of like approaching the station, but with basically complete darkness. This is like not worth it. We might dock at Heroes of Mankind while we're here. Just go check out the station though. Alright. Because why not? We're here. Yeah, well, who knows? Like, it's not like there's a set schedule on which ships are going to be made available, so it's anybody's guess. Same with the Dodec station. It's not like there's a schedule for which the Dodec is going to be available. So it's one of those mysteries of the game. Thought I had made another loadout, like, which would be like. But I think I'm afraid if you change the actual uniform or suit cosmetics of the uniform, they kind of change it for all of them. Right? You can actually get like the really ugly sweater they give out for Christmas, like, which I have to say is actually rather pretty for it to be an ugly sweater. Also, I don't know where it is. I thought I had it. I don't know where it went. This is actually my favorite red and black suit. But the XSF uniform is black, so black it is. Where was... I thought in torso clothing there was something like the sweater thingy. But it might be under sort of a... It might be a sort of like component of like this suit. Yeah, here it is. This is really funny. Like, festive elite. It's technically a torso and armor or something. This is a ground armor uniform of the XSF. Okay. I think we docked at Heroes of Mankind. Let's disembark and go for a little walk. Oh, the carrier made the first of 2 jumps. The squadron carrier made the first of 2 jumps. We'll have the second one. Yeah, I mean that's how they get you, right? They basically say, well, it's only 40 hours of a grind to build a Curly station, but if you give us $10, we'll make you skip it. And yeah, and a lot of people are gonna say, all right, $10 it is. Carrier's course is set for its home base. In the meanwhile, we're gonna go for a little walk here at nighttime. Here's a Mankind. What I really would want, what I would pay $10 for is if they gave me a skip for the hangar. If they gave me like a DLC that costs $10 and lets me skip this run every single time and just gives me a button that says go to concourse, but straight from my ship, I am paying $10 right away. This is just a silly thing. All right, here we are. Oh, look at Mr. CEO's portraits that are now here since they took over. Interesting. It's pretty cool. Look at the view. The city view at nighttime. Wow. It's kind of remarkable. You basically want to skip 99% of Star Citizen's playtime, yeah, right. Let's see what they're selling here. Maybe there's something good. Skins are guaranteed. Maverick suit with reduced 2 battery consumption. Wow, this actually is good. Believe it or not. Wow. I'm taking it. Yeah, mine. And an Artemis with reduced 2 battery consumption also. Only grade 2 though. But should we take it? Should we not take it? I don't know. We already have a G5 Artemis and we are never going to need another one. Like, hey Scott Early, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I know. $10 to save 40 hours, everybody's down. Power of 5, that's a lot of kids, Tasty Ram and VC. I got 3 and man, I feel I have my hands full. Like, can't imagine having 5. And there's a grade 2 Tormentor, but there's no super cool things, so. Kind of curious as to like what I have here. I have this Maverick. Quieted Footsteps, Night Vision. I have a lot of suits that I probably never do anything with. This is my best Maverick suit, the one I use more commonly. Kind of want to make a version of this, but without night vision. But I could not make myself to bring myself to kind of do the whole grind to take a suit to G5 again. Maybe one day. Maybe with operations. I don't know. We'll see. And this is my Dominator, same thing. I really want to make a version of this that doesn't have night vision, but instead has ammo capacity, because I feel I'm constantly out of ammo in the Dominator, and having like ammo capacity would be really nice. Night vision is basically useless in my opinion. Like, and then there should be the Maverick that they gave us with community goal. This one here, this one's really good. Like, I am really surprised they gave us this kind of suit for community goal. It's just honestly exactly how I would build it. Like, outstanding, absolutely outstanding version of a suit. And they gave like 7,000 away, so they gave a ton of these suits away.
Good luck out there.
Good luck out there. Well, I might as well buy some of consumables, I think.
Everything you need, all in one place.
Especially energy cells, since I'm kind of burned for these. Like, there's no tomorrow.
Is have your suit run out of power.
That's right.
Anyone without at least a couple of those is asking for trouble. You're gonna give someone anything else you need?
Nope, I'm good. Thank you. Bye.
Hey,
Let's see if we have like. This is where I really should hook up my wind wings, my joysticks again, because like taking footage like with keyboard, it's just does just not look good. Like there's no way to smooth the movement of a camera. It's like so binary. It's like super ta 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 ta. It's like it's really ugly. Also, there's no kind of acceleration, so you're just full speed. Like there's no. Yeah, I need some analog controls to gonna make this not look super ugly. You can slow it down so that's because it doesn't look like, you know, kind of about to throw up, but like. Maybe I can walk. Is there, what's the button for walking again? I can never remember. It's caps lock, I think. No, B, CX. That's pointing. I can't remember what I had said as a button toggle for walking. This is like way too fast. And even then, I don't know. Well, this is not a bad angle to take some footage. But let's go back to full screen so we can have back HDR. Yeah, much better. And controls on foot. Mode switches. Strafe, blah blah blah. Sprint, walk. Oh, it's this weird dash thing. Alright. There we go. So cool. I'm gonna just found the button for move. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna be your trustworthy courier. I'm sorry about that. So I paused the music for a moment since I'm taking this footage. I just to make sure we got the game filter set properly, which we did not, of course, but now we do. All right, record. And I kind of tripped up because I ended up falling off of that thing, which looks gonna look weird. I can kind of keep a blooper reel of my attempts at recording video for this video. I'll just start from here. There we go. It's pretty decent. If I didn't jam into this thing here, that would have been pretty decent. Sprint backwards a little bit.
you can do transport work, right? Please say yes.
No, I'm saying no. I'm saying no. Definitely saying no. There you go. What is this background music? This background sounds so weird. You can walk away through the whole corridor without like slamming into things. I think we made it. That's a wrap. Michael Jackson Simulator, right? Anyway, I think we did what we came to do, which is not much at Heroes of Mankind, and we can take our leave and head back. To space. Put some music back on. I know some people get Star Trek vibes and they kind of like it for Caspian, but I really don't. No, the Caspian is not for sale yet. It's still locked under ARCs, but it should be soon. This is not necessarily a new station, no. This is Heroes of Mankind. This is a Planetary port, which we built a long time ago, actually. Station on the bridge for Spock. Oh, that's cool. I like the boost down though. That's definitely a plus of the Caspian. Alright, let's head to Xenostrike Force headquarters, which is where our squadron carrier is also headed. That's a good question, I need to challenge. I think any week now, really. My guess would be less than a month. Sunday routine now and the end of April is my best guess. It's not necessarily the most built-up system in the galaxy, but it is a very built-up system. It's like 400 points worth. And tell you how many tons of materials went into it. I think I actually have Raven Colonial open. Actually can tell you. This system had 2.1 million tons, 2.1 megatons of materials to build the system. That's a lot of tons. This is like, also like, where's the sun? Like right there. Then I'm too far. That's right. I don't think anybody would wear Captain Kirk's skin. In Elite, that would be awkward. Stop music again and take some footage again. Now we should have our docking quest granted. There we go. And that's a wrap.
Landing gear deployed.
Back with our music. Since we're lucky, we might go check Pioneer Solutions here too and see like if there's anything decent up for sale.
You are most welcome, Commander.
Go walk and actually see the space from the inside. Get some data to sell. There we go. $38 ships available for sale. Like the whole available complement is unlocked. Disembark. I wonder if we get a DBX like a small explorer ship. That's a good question. I mean, they did a large explorer, they did a medium, that's really a medium light explorer. They now did a light fighter. Maybe they will do a small explorer. I don't know, I think one of the ships they haven't done is a passenger transport. The thing is, nobody does passenger transport missions, so I'm not sure how well it would sell if they did one, but you never know. Wow, this is very blue. This is a very blue station. Pretty though. Pretty.
Hey.
This is one of those things where your camera movement is kind of sort of like slow, but not slow enough really to kind of like do what I wanted to do here, which is like an even slower movement. Might kind of make it sort of slower in post-production or in editing view. Actually, a really nice pan. If I can get it. Do it. That's good. All the people that bought the 4 Arcs Beluga, that's me. I think it's me and nobody else. I don't believe anybody else bought the Arcs Beluga. And I only bought it to spite Yamix on stream, so. And then went to kill a Hydra to
Wrong side of the
make
law.
have some fun with it since I had bought it. What did I want to do? I wanted to look at Pioneer Supplies since I felt lucky about. Oh, Squadron Carrier's here. That's cool. I'm gonna go check out the Squadron Carrier. Maybe it was like you got the best stock in the system. Oh, that's a pretty bold thing to say.
Good idea. Make sure you got the right suit for the job.
Well, you don't got the best stock in the system. That's definitely not true.
Sure.
Let's see. Weapons. The TK Zenith. They have headshot damage. This is actually a good one. Headshot damage on the Zenith. Is this like... Does this even make sense? I don't know. Let's buy it. I don't think I have a laser pistol anyway.
Pistols punch through shields like no other.
Oh, I know that. Thank you, though, for letting me know.
Come back
Goodbye.
anytime.
No, it's not the only stock in the system. There's plenty of stock in the system.
I'm looking for someone with a gun to do something about.
Let's go switch up ships and fly something that flies a little less like a beached whale. Yeah, it's not a good stealth weapon. The Tormentor is the best stealth weapon in my book. The plasma pistol. It's incredibly good. As a stealth weapon, it is. Alright. How many of you guys have actually visited a squadron carrier and have been on board a squadron carrier? Yeah, I'm totally spoiled after the Kestrel. Definitely. Well, we are about to go to one. We're gonna switch up ships and then we will head there, since they're also, by the way, right next to each other right now, which is convenient. Which is convenient. Wish to find more money to get it. I mean, it's only 25 billion, right? Who doesn't have 25 billion lying around nowadays? You're not telling me that you're poor like the gankers, right? Are you? And let's bounce. Oh, come on. Exobiologists are super rich. Exobiology pays crazy well. There's no way you could tell me that you're poor if you do exobiology. If you told me you were, I don't know, a passenger transport person, or, I don't know, like, void opal miner or something like that, maybe I believe you, but if you tell me you're an exobiologist, I think you're kind of swimming in cash.
You have been cleared for approach. Feel free to relax. Your docking computer is in control.
You want to return your squadron carrier, Aaron? Well, we told you not to buy one, but you were like, no, I really want one. All right. Not sure what you're gonna do with it, but okay. Yeah, the amount the squadron carriers can hold is like quite remarkable. That's probably one of the biggest advantages. So where are we flying? We're going back into the Kestrel. Let's go back into the Kestrel. After flying two super chunky ships. Fun to fly something lighter. If I can find where it is. There it is. No, I don't want to sell a super engineered ship. Thank you. Alright. This is an AX version of the Kestrel, which is appropriate since we're in the Pleiades. Okay. So long as you got it done, Aaron, who are we to complain? Whee! Just like the Panther, flies exactly the same. Alright, where did we say we're going? Oh, we're going to Event Horizon. Yeah, we're going to a squadron carrier.
Speed restrictions have been lifted.
I mean, Scott, if you scan enough, I don't know that I am elite in exobiology either. Like, I'm an ecologist, like, which is, I don't know, moderate high, I guess. But yeah, it takes forever to get elite in exobiology, I agree. I also haven't done it. I mean, I've done it occasionally, but I'm not like done exobiology for days on end. Here is the Event Horizon. Folks, the squadron carrier of the Anti-Xeno Initiative.
Right there, Commander. Let us know if you'd like to dock.
A sight to behold. Let's do some hooning around it in this ship, since basically this is what this ship really is for. Whee! Ouch. That was not what I wanted to do. That was not what I wanted to do. And you guys didn't see that. Alright, let's try again. Let's try again. That's more like it. That is a lot more like it. This is kind of narrower than a fleet carrier, so it's kind of trickier. Oof! Boom. It's really tricky coming from the Panther Clipper onto a Kestrel. Like, it does take some adjustment. Like, is there a reason for FA off in a Kestrel? I mean, is there not a reason for FA off always It's kind of more of a question. Now I can do it around my carrier, and which I have a better sense of, even though it's kind of somewhat dark out here. But and I'd also kind of like get some limpets.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Alright, well, this I should be able to swing better, because like hooning around my carrier, I kind of know how to do, because I know my carrier pretty well. There we go. And the Castro. Put some pips in engine, I might be able to kind of do it better. Look at this. Woo! Woo! This ship is amazing. It's just so much fun to kind of fly. It's hard, but man, once you get the hang of it, like, it's just amazing what you can do. And back for where we came from. Whee! Ah, no, I clipped it. Oh, that was such a clean flight until that little clip. Alright. So we're going back to our squadron carrier. So let's do that. This time we're actually going to dock instead. Well, maybe we'll do a little hooning before we dock. Because why not? Do you have any thoughts on what the next paid DLC could be? Well, Whopper Stunner, it doesn't sound like they're doing paid DLCs, right? They're doing operations, and there's no indication that operations is going to be a paid DLC. I think what they're going to do, and that's what my latest video was about, is instead some kind of perk model that expires. That you pay. It's like almost like the concept of a battle pass, where you pay for a certain perk for a certain time, and then after a while you have to pay again. That's my guess. And our Birker, yes, exactly. The Panther Clipper more maneuverable than the Kestrel has been confirmed. Alright, let's dance around the... This one I know less well, so like my chances of survival while hooning around the squadron carrier are lower. But it's definitely worth trying. Whee! Flying a little bit more carefully here, because like these things are narrow, like compared to like a regular fleet carrier. This is not so narrow. It should be able to pass easily here. There we go. And on the other side, down and up. Ah! I run out of boost. The boost is relatively short. The boost cycle of a Kestrel is 2.5 seconds, which is on the shorter side of boost cycles. Yeah, that's right. They did talk about the season pass with Horizons, but yeah, that did not go very far. I agree. Ooh, there's a... Whoa, 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 whoa! Alright, maybe I should dock at 9% hull. Here we are. Wow, this thing is massive. I also find the Kestrel is super easy to dock. For whatever reason, the kind of docking distance of this thing is like massive, so it's kind of super easy to dock. Even in FA off, which I am right now. All right, let's show you around a squadron carrier.
Landing complete. Commence shutdown. Enjoy your stay with us.
It's somewhat similar to a regular carrier, but there's a few notable differences.
Flight assist on.
No gravity. Magnetic contact active.
Now, here so far it's all the same. And once you get to the concourse, you have a section here which is the oh, that's a command deck going the wrong direction. You have the bank, the squadron bank. Now you'd imagine you'd be able to interact with the bank, but nope, this is just a pretty cool 3D object. There's nothing you can do with it other than appreciate that there's a bank, there's a vault of some kind. It should like have a mini game, but like you click here and it kind of starts Fallout Shelter or something. Anyway, that's the thing. And here there's a jump cabin. I'm not sure honestly what the intent of a jump cabin was. I think it was originally designed like as an overflow. Like if you have a lot of people on your squadron carrier and you're kind of attempting a jump and it can't place everybody, it just sends overflow people to this jump cabin, which is just you know, a bunch of seats in a otherwise pretty empty room, which is all not all that interesting. The more interesting part of the squadron carrier is the bank, and then there's another interesting part, which is a ready room that is up next to the bridge. Hey, Crazy Bite. Well, you know, the thing about colonization is you're the judge, right? So whether it's good or bad, you like it or not, only you can decide, right? A score of 33 after 1 week and 76 after 2 weeks. I mean, it does sound like you have built indeed a lot of things, but what is your goal? To build many things? Or to build the best of one thing? Or the best of a certain type of thing? I mean, only you can decide. Colonization is such a personal thing. So this is the command deck of a squadron carrier, which is unique compared to a regular carrier because it has a ready room. I'll show you in a moment. This is like the fleet carrier deck. You know this one is the same. That's a regular carrier. If you head here, though, there's not just your cabin, which is the part that you know, but on this side, you have a whole ready room, which is kind of funny because there's also like almost always a couple guys sleeping in the things over here, which is super weird. I don't know why they decided to just kind of put a bunch of people sleeping in the ready room. I guess you imagine there's like, you know, Commander Mackin is giving a briefing on the Fargoids, and it's like really important, and guys, you know, the Xenostrike Force will go and smash and destroy, and I'm sleeping. But this is like the spirit of the ready room. Like, is there any way to build a system for a good credit profit? Asks German, and the answer to the question is no. The payout in credits for colonization is abysmal. It is one of the worst ways in the game to make credits. So if you want to make credits, do not do colonization. Colonization is a credit sink, not a credit generation. It's incredibly expensive, and it doesn't provide almost any credits, so no. We're kind of pretty dark here. That's the planet where Heroes of Mankind is based. This is sad, but it's like not necessarily the most like remarkable location we have parked our squadron carrier at. So yeah, I do think they could have done a lot more with fleet carriers. I agree. I mean, they're nice, but it's Pioneer Supplies. I wonder what he said. If it says anything. 11 weapons. Oh, this guy sells pretty much all the weapons except they're all level 1 weapons. And no special suits.
Make sure you've got the right suit for the job.
Yeah, I get it.
You know where to find me.
I know where to find you, yes. Yeah, I guess if you do some of the hauling wisely, you can make some money that way. That's true. And back in the Castro we go. Flight assist off. And now let's head to the Anti-Xeno Initiative headquarters, which is closer to the A-Star. And it is our remarkable station. Well, let's do some more hooning around here first. Whee! See if I can position myself into this angle here. And then up again. And in there. Come on, in there, in there, in there. Whee! Oh, I hit something. What did I hit? I'm not sure what I hit. I didn't see what I hit. This is amazing, though. I'll probably die, but it is amazing. Up! Whoa, look at this! Whoa! That is crazy. Whoa! This is unbelievable. Yeah, it did sound like I hit the carrier camera, Smith, you're right. That is what it sounded like. Alright, let's go to the AXI headquarters. It was a little too much. So the AXI headquarters is in folding free space right next to the star. It's actually pretty close to the star. So sort of pretty well lit and very orange light. Hey Bonbon Malakas, you have a question. Should I continue the path of Fargoid hunting? I just started yesterday as a reason to hunt except for the credits. Well, you know, Elite is a sandbox game. So no matter what you do, if the question is there a reason to do X, the answer to that question is always, well, what do you think? That is the answer to every time you may ask the question if there's a reason to do X. I mean, fighting Fargoids is the probably most high skill activity in the game, short of maybe player versus player combat. So if you want to improve as a combat pilot, it remains probably the most, the highest sort of skill-based activity in the game. That is a reason for me, but it may not necessarily be a reason for you. So, uh-oh. No, I made it boost again. Cool. Whoa! Look at the copper. This is pretty. This is very pretty. Get some distance and we'll get some footage. The problem with this ship is you gotta get quite some distance. It's very fast and it accelerates very quickly. So if I'm gonna get some footage, I gotta get a little bit further behind. I cut the music as well, otherwise it gets picked up by the video recording. All right. Actually quite nice if you manage to put the station in the sun sized as it almost kind of fits across the star, which is actually very possible. I just have to kind of boost all the way down in this case. and move the station relatively up. Anyway, Bom Bom Malaka, the question I go things is, are you having fun doing it? Also, like, if you are having fun doing it, then I see no reason not to continue. If you're getting bored the heck out of it, then yeah, no, you should not continue. Alright, that's what I'm talking about in terms of positioning the station. This is actually pretty cool. Look at this. There we go. Wait until the trail off, and then we'll record some footage here. There we go. Recording. That is quite remarkable. Alright, footage taken, music back on. Let's dock. Let's dock the Meccan way. Well, Instagib doesn't teach you very much, so, you know, at some point you may want to graduate to killing Thargoids a regular or intended way, so that you can also learn to fight harder ones, because you can Instagib a Cyclops, but you can't really Instagib a Hydra by yourself. So, you know, there's that. Should we boost into the station? Yeah, let's boost into the station. This might be a little bit too fast, though. What do you think? Wee! 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 Oh, no. Almost clean. I just clipped my wing. That's sad. That was almost clean. Where's on the stat? Here you go. 6 is here. Oh, we're in assist off. I see. Come on, I was docked, in fact. Yeah, insta-gibbing is good for credits, but it's not necessarily good for learning, so there's that. Let's go for a walk. We might be able to see the star relatively up close. I think actually, I don't know where we're pointing, like station is currently pointing, so may or may not be able to do that. Try out. Hey, Pyro35, welcome to the stream. And here we are. I like this arch over here. I don't think I've seen this before. Annie Na Coffee. And I'm a Rum. You guys ever see these ads? I don't think I've ever seen these ads before. Interesting. Yes, I've seen the Apex one. Let's see what Pioneer Supplies has in supply.
I've got quality weapons for discerning customers.
Quality weapons.
Stock in the system.
Best stock in the system. Like, it sounds everybody has the best stock in the system. Let's see if you do have a decent stock. No, you don't have a decent stock for suits. Your suits suck. Let's see if your weapons also suck. Well, you have a grade 3 karma. I kind of should have a karma. I want to make a karma to do some stuff with a karma. So maybe I buy you a grade 3 karma.
Right decision. That Karma C-44 will shred anything without a shield. Come back anytime.
Thank you. Let's see like what the view looks like out of here. Would it make sense to have an auto dock binding? I don't know. I don't necessarily think that it's all that important. This is the so-called military interior of a station. I have to say, I think it's like my second favorite interior of a station. I like the high-tech one the best, but the military is also very pretty. With all the kind of greenery and plazas, and it is quite nice.
Safer than the surface.
Let's go check out another one of a tier 3. We have an Ocellus in the system as well, which is a classified research station that shall not be named. What do I think about your hot take, Mr. Lemonsky? Well, what is your hot take? Carrier owners should be called captain instead of commander. I like it. I like your hot take. Alright. What about squadron carrier owners? What should those be called? Admiral or something? We got Maris for scanning you. Fancy. I get Mace for scanning everybody here. It seems so. It's actually quite nice.
Increased traffic flow in this sector, Commander.
Alright, let's dance. Whoa, too much. I forgot I was not in a gravity well. Or at least not in a planetary gravity well. So we're getting a little bit too much boost. This is one of the few Ocellus starports we have in the system. I don't remember if Clubhouse is also an Ocellus or if it's an Apollo. Whoa. Yeah, the Power Lounge is it's very similar. The tourism one is the high-tech one, so that's the one I meant. It actually is tourism, you're right. Like, it's for player-owned stations, it shows up with tourism as the main economy. Is there a reason you don't use night vision goggles while normal flying? Well, I can see reasonably well enough. Like, there are some cases where I turn it on when I'm like on a very dark planet and I'm flying around like the ground, but otherwise I can see reasonably well.
Core dynamics, X-ray, Sierra, Foxtrot. Welcome.
So canonically, these stations have a hyperdrive fitted, so they're supposedly able to jump to different locations, although player-owned stations clearly don't have a jump drive. So these aren't going anywhere.
Set course for landing pad 36.
Alright, let's go fast, fast, fast. Fast, fast, fast. Fast, fast, fast. Whee! And stop on a dime. Oh, ouch. Stop almost on a dime. This is the high-tech interior, which is known as tourism interior for playing on stations that I was talking about earlier, and probably my favorite looking interior for a station.
Engaging docking restraint. Welcome to the station, Commander.
Wonder what missions this thing gives out. Oh, I wanted to destroy a Goliath. I don't know that I've gone after a Goliath as a mission. I mean, I've taken on Goliaths, but I didn't notice there was a mission to destroy Goliath specifically. That's actually quite interesting. Service hunt for politicians. Kill Azimuth Biotech. Civilians. Oh, that's rough. Operation Eat Our Friends. Oh, interesting mix of missions. And this is the interior of like high-tech station I was mentioning. Again, is this my favorite? Oh, look at the ad for Kestrel Mark II. Oh, never mind. Look at the ad for Corsair instead. That ship looks like a bird. Is that also a Kestrel ad on the other side? No, that's a Core Mark V ad. See, the interior is somewhat different. The colors are different, right? The tourism interior has red and white as its main colors, as you can see here. Right? And this is like the tourism interior, as you can see. It's quite pretty. Let's see what Pioneer Supplies sells. Any goodie.
Market for a new weapon? You don't want to be caught unprepared.
5 suits. So there's a G3 Artemis and a G2 Dominator. I don't need any of these. Let's see if weapon wise. There's a Karma. Improved hip fire accuracy. Is hip fire accuracy something that for a pistol is any good? Is hip fire accuracy something that is any good for any thing ever? I don't know. Let's buy it. I have a laser pistol and I have this pistol.
P15 won't let you down. Anything else I can do for you?
No, I'm good. Thanks. Just a bit more steady than what? Going pre-camera again. This is like a screenshot or something I wanted to go like. Like that. Turn the music off because I'm like scoring some footage here. It is nice, isn't it? Like, got that one. This is kind of almost like the same interior as the carrier interior. That's one of the free liveries that you can buy for ARCs. The white and red one. It's very similar. Faster handling, headshot damage, greater range, and stability on my P15. Oh, that's an interesting mix. Should we boost or should we not boost? What do you think? Is there even an option? Woo! Ah! Oh, this thing kind of like really twitches. It's just fine on keyboard. Keyboard and mouse is a bit better as a handling combo. Let's head back to our carrier. I did not get a fine, you're right. I didn't hit anyone. I just hit myself, I guess. There was one more sort of video footage that I take. I was, instead of a galaxy map, in colonization mode. So where is it? System colonization. Recognizable center on the more recognizable asteroid. Let's disappear. Way somehow to make this go away. I can't remember what it was. Wrong button. Wrong button. Well, okay. Now it kind of disappeared, so we kind of did it. All right. This is fine, but not exactly ideal. This did the trick. All right, let's head back to Skedaddle. Again, too much. These things accelerates like crazy also in Super Cruise. I do like the Kestrel. It's like a high skill ship. It's not crazy powerful, but it's very hard to fly. It's also very fun to fly. So it's growing on me. Approach. Watch my speed. I'm watching my speed. It's just shy of 500. Gear down. Look at the braking this thing has. It is insane. This ship flies so well. And we are back to base. Alright folks, that'll be all for tonight. Thank you for joining me for this super chill stream where we kind of moved some carriers around, refueled them, took some footage for an upcoming video, and overall spent some quality time together. Appreciate you keeping me company and joining me for this elite stream. Hello to mankind. Come on to mankind. Over and out.